is have a way to kind of abbreviate or make a shortcut. So we want to look at this problem. It says the weights of various sea creatures are shown in the table. Write the weight of the whale in scientific notation. So a whale weighs 250,000 pounds. Whew. A whale weighs 250,000 pounds. So what we want to do is we want to write that in a shorter way. So can I? That's a little fuzzy, don't you think? Let's get it a little better. There we go. So what would be nice? What would be nice is if I could write it like this, wouldn't it? So it says move the decimal from 250,000 to as many places necessary to find a number that is greater than or equal to 1 but less than 10. So scientific notation, we really only want one digit here and then a decimal point and then all this other stuff. So what we're doing is we're moving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces until I have one digit in the front. Okay. So it says, what number did you find? Well, when we're done with that, because we don't need to write down all these zeros, the number that I found was 2.5. Okay. Now, if there were other numbers here, I would write them down. But because they're zeros, I don't need to. So then it says divide 250,000 by your answer, and you will get the power of 10. So take out your handy dandy calculator. Turn that bad boy on. Okay. And then what we're going to do, Mr. Adams will just pull up his screen one. Go to second mode, then hit clear. And it says take 250,000 and divide it by 2.5. Okay. So when I hit enter, what do I get? 10,000. Or actually 100,000, right? How is it now? Raise your hand if you have a question or you need help getting this on your calculator. Okay. So on our screen, on our paper here, it's 100,000. So we're going to put 100,000. Now, what is that with regards to the power of 10? 10 to what power? It's something, right? How do we figure it out? We use our calculator. We could. I think it's 10 to the, let's take a guess. What do you guys think? 7. Wait, no, sorry. I didn't think 7. Is it 7? No. Let's do 5. Okay, so if I plug in 5, it's 100,000. You guys can't see that very well, but let me do it on here. So if I say 10 to the 5th power. Now here's a short. So when we do powers of 10, here's I'm going to tell you guys a secret. Be quiet. Listen carefully. If you ever want to know the powers of 10, you just count the zeros. Count how many zeros are in 100,000. 5. So if I want to know what 100,000 is as 10 to the 5th power, I'm just going to count the zeros, right? There's 5 zeros, so it's 10 to the 5th power. Hit enter. Well, bam with the bacon sizzle. So I know, it's amazing. So then this is 10 to what power was that? To the 5th power. So if I were to write this as 250,000, could I say that's 2.5 times 10 to the 5th power? Yeah. How do I double check that to make sure? Calculator. So let's plug that in our calculator and see. So I'm going to say 2.5 times 10 raised to the 5th power. Is that 250,000? Okay. So this is everybody. When I plug it in my calculator, I want you guys to plug it in your calculator. I look around, I see a lot of calculators sitting on their desks. So hurry up and plug it in if you haven't done so, right? So this is scientific notation, this right here. So I want you to write down scientific notation. So what we did is we took a really big number and we made it small. What do you think is easier to do math with, 2.5 or 250,000? Yeah, 2.5 is easier, right? All right. So now what I want you guys to do is I'm going to give you about 5-10 seconds. No, maybe 10-15 seconds. Try to figure out how we get 41,200 as a single digit times 10 to some power. I will let you in on a clue. I'm going to start here and I'm going to move my decimal a certain number of spaces till I get a number of 4.12. Okay. I only want one digit in the front of that decimal. I see kids grabbing their calculators to guess and check and make sure they have the right answer. That's good. How many spaces did you have to move that decimal? Huh? 4. Did you? Let's count. I started here and I went 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's probably going to be 10 to the 4th power, right? How do I double check that? Calculator. I hear some people shouting, I got it. That's good. Times 10 to the 4th power. Is that right? I got to move my face out of the way. Yeah, that looks right, right?